Hello there everyone and welcome back to Mechwarrior 5, at least my attempt on the single player side of it. For I have access to my own lancemates now. It's a little bit questionable on their abilities just yet compared to the hours I've had already with the co-op type of mode, which I've already did a number of hours streaming on there. So we'll see how we progress, but on the plus side I have had a chance to look at a couple things, and really these icons I was excited about are just mainly a good idea, just an easy way to figure out what kind of missions we have to expect. And apparently this high contract, high reward quest is still available to us, so that's probably what that separate quest was I was curious about. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing next, and I did rename, at least name my mechs there, and sadly it seems like it'll show when I'm trying to repair them. I don't recall seeing them anywhere else on the mech bay or probably even in game, so that's probably not as an exciting feature unless you want to get into the theme or at least immerse yourself in this game like I have rather. Either way, they're in the process of being repaired, so I think what I'm going to do as far as the mission is concerned, we are going to try this high reward quest. And we're already in the system. Fuse system, that's why. So this is what the armed robbery is supposed to be. So I was curious about why this was here as opposed to two separate tabs is what I'm trying to say, because we found the other missions here, and this is probably why. Because this is a high contract mission with two unknown rewards. Interstellar expeditions, the local systems are in shambles. Many mercenary outfits are packing up and running, while others are looking to ransack vacant merc bases. With only a few battlemen next to your name, it seems you'll be in need of some more hardware and supplies if you want to stay in this game. My clients need supplies too, and if you get your hands on some, I'll give you a healthy cut of the resale value. That should help you get back on your feet after everything you've gone through around here. If your game, I got intel on a system where an independent company from Harlock's Warriors is trying to get out of the system for good. If you're not afraid to shoot at other mechs, you should be able to chase them off and acquire some of their supplies. The surefire way to chase them off with minimum fuss is to shoot down the mechs of Anders Willman, their head of security, and then the rest of the outfit should scatter. Willman's not well liked, to say the least, so you'd essentially be doing the warriors a favor, and with the occupants on their way out anyway, they shouldn't put up that much of a fight to protect someone they'd rather be rid of. After chasing off the warriors, I'll send in my crew and pay you for anything that's on the list of necessities. Anything else you find will be yours for the taking. This sounds promising. I am looking forward to see what we had, and I think I briefly gone over this before. Let me see if few intel. Yeah, it tells all the organizations that are in this region, and it even tells us the likeliness of encountering mechs. Since we haven't really encountered most of them, it is still unknown, but this is something I'm going to be paying close attention to if I am trying to hunt down high quality or even heavier mechs. Since this is what I'll probably be using, since as you can see, medium mechs are rare, uncommon to find things of lighter weight, spiders apparently common. So yeah, this I'm going to be spending a lot of time looking at when I feel the need and feel ready of salvaging higher mechs for my company. So with that said, let's get this mission started, or at least underway, since I am going to have to spend a couple times to repair, and apparently the duration is 8 days. Which is kind of interesting. I'm not going to be able to repair fully from what I understand, so we're going to have to be very cautious about this. And I would like some salvage rights. Maybe it's unnecessary. I do have 2 milli-Seabills to my name, though. And this is something I'm kind of worried about, because my Jenner here did suffer heavy damage on its arm, but everything else could still be combat ready. Mission start is delayed, raiders being worked on, yeah. And here's another case where it shows my mechs, I suppose. I'm wondering if I wait, will I still be able to do the mission or not? Apparently I can, so in an odd sense I can cheat the system a tiny bit, since the duration was, well, maybe that's how much time elapses when I do a mission. There's a lot of little things I'm still going to have to figure out. but I was a little bit concerned maybe I would miss out on the mission with that said. But we are ready, although I think my medium laser still needs to be replaced, oddly enough. I thought I had enough spares of those that should not be an issue. Unless by chance the generator had a higher tier laser, that might be the reason why. It should hopefully make a difference, but I'm going to have to look into that. So we have an assassination mission.
Online.
But the more we destroy, the more salvage I get access to, so
all systems nominal.
Let's keep an open mind about this.
The only thing standing between us and this company's supplies is their leader, Anders Willman. Take him out, and we'll be able to get our salvage crews planet-side. Willman's forces have mostly fled the area, but you should still expect some resistance.
Sounds good to me. And that looks like our objective over there, so how's the best way to approach? Oh, I heard the jump ship and was worried that was incoming contacts, so again, I'm wondering what's the best route to get there, because the more high ground I can get, the better, even if I don't technically have the best range on these mechs yet. And I gotta keep in mind who's in what. Freeman's in the Jenner, and Escobedo is on the Javelin.
Target acquired.
Nope. I'm not accounting for the fall off the best.
Target destroyed.
We do got a good arc of fire, but apparently they got the better range. And the dang bugger just hit my autocannon arm. Which, that's one little subtle thing I like with the overlay. Because in Mechwarrior Online, even previous Mechwarrior games, it was just a generic silhouette on the damage output. But now with the Centaurian, I have a really easy way to tell which one's the shield arm and which one's the autocannon arm. Of course, it'll be a little bit harder for other mechs that have a lot more similarities on both sides, or a little more symmetrical is what I mean to say. I don't know if that was an L-arm carrier, but if it was, that was worth taking out. And I guess we're taking a bit of a scenic route, which I'm okay with, just so we have access to a better vantage point. Maybe if this is a sheer cliff ledge, maybe I'll just keep going around still. Yep, we're going around, so we're still gonna take the long way around. Ooh, Manticore, that's a scary tank, because it has a PPC, which is a heavy kind of energy weapon. Oh. And that looks like that may have been another Manticore. Or at least the one with the AC-5, which I forget what it's called. Maybe the Scorpion? And that's either Harasser or Edgar. Edgar. That's not a threat, although don't ask me how I survived an autocannon shot. I'm gonna have to get used to how much abuse these things can actually take, of course, but still. I was kind of hoping maybe I killed that turret. Oh wait, I did actually kill the turret, never mind.
I got it.
That was a roller coaster of emotions right there. And we're shooting at something here, so I don't know what exactly is in here that they... just another turret if I had to guess. Alright. Ooh, we get to climb up another slope, which might be good for me. And at least it looks like our objective's above us, so... Gonna need to... Well, just to minimize the damage, I suppose, I want to try and get the best vantage point I can. And I did change the color schemes on, at least all the mechs have different color schemes, so it's a little bit easier to tell which apart. Mostly for you, the viewer, as opposed to me, since I probably will easily be able to tell which mech's which by their silhouette. That might change when we have multiple, like, hunchbacks or multiple mechs I want them to pair up in. What the heck are you? Bugger. Wow, that thing could take a beating for... Oh god, there's our target. It's a hunchback. That thing, at least, is not the most terrifying hunchback, because it only has an autocannon 10. Most of these things have autocan 20s on them, and they hurt. Basically, they do double the damage with the autocan that the thing currently has, which thankfully it's missing now. I don't even think it's possible to get this as salvage, but... And even then, I don't know the best way to acquire salvage, because apparently legging them is not the tried and true way to get the salvage.
Alright, Willman is out of the picture, and we'll be able to get ourselves some of his much-needed resources. And hey, the Inner Sphere is a better place without him.
You don't say.
We fulfilled our contract, Commander. Let's get you out of here now.
Acquired.
So that was a pretty simple mission, I won't lie, but that hunchback is still terrifying. Even the missions I did on my stream there, if you get complacent, if you get too reckless, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna suffer a lot of repair bills. Attrition is gonna be a big factor. Because right now, my torso's at risk of breaking. Or at least having its armor breached, which means a lot more repairs. Good thing we took care of that hunchback when we did.
Acquired.
Because his buddies were about to show up. I don't know what happened to the air locust though, with that said. So I'm just going to keep my shield arm facing him for a moment until it turns to engage someone else. And you lost your main gun.
Destroyed.
Alright. We are done here. That's a wrap. And hopefully my repair bill is not too significant on this mech, since I do want to try to avoid investing the covering my costs, especially if I can potentially get more from the C-bill reward using my negotiation points. Never mind how much I would like to try and increase my salvage rights, but to be honest, unless we're likely to get enough salvage rights for a medium mech, it's probably not worth it anymore. Since the Jenner is pretty much one of the better light mechs you can get, being 35 tons and having a lot of firepower to it. And we're encountering a lot of spiders and locusts, which really, the spider's no better than the javelin. Well, it's definitely worse than the javelin, considering an AI lance mate's controlling it. But the spider has more potential with better speed for if I were to pilot, for example. And we do get a locust, which is still worth the cash and a PPC. Is that what I want? Because I got plenty of medium lasers. Ooh, tier 1 medium lasers. That's another thing I kind of overlooked. Which probably is why the laser was not replaced. But that seems like a good haul. And how does damage look? I easily took the most damage, and even then that is piddly. Which is another reason why I want to avoid the Eternals being, or the armor being breached. Because that ramps up quickly. Just keep in mind how much repairs it was for a Jenner in that last mission. Ooh. We got a, well, medium laser. Ooh, tier 2 medium lasers. I take back what I was about to say, being this is not a big deal. And a locust that's all tier 1 equipment we can just strip off. Perfect. You took a risk, Commander, but it looks like it paid off in spades. For both of us. Your salvage crews managed to dig up a pretty haul for me, including an operational mech chassis. None of my clients are in the market for scout mechs, so consider it part of your payment. It'll probably do your unit more good than it will me. I won't lie, I do really like the Locust, but maybe that's because of my bias with me actually using it heavily in my time in Battletech, especially for multiplayer. But I don't trust my AI lance mates to make good use of it. Never mind, it can be underwhelming even if I were doing a co-op. It's not in pretty shape though, at least the first one we salvaged. Oh, and apparently both of them have tier 1 weaponry. Alright. That is good. It's just a question of figuring out, yeah, the laser's kind of, I would love to replace that laser. What? I figured when I did the repairs it would automatically replace it, which oddly enough it didn't. So we are going to correct this wrong. Give you back your tier 1 laser. With that said, And I should do the repairs now just to save some time, because we're doing good on cash. Well, I want to focus on getting my reputation up, so we can prepare for maybe the next store mission. And then we'll worry about shopping once I get a nice hefty sum of cash in. I might dedicate a full episode, or at least part of an episode later on down the road, to getting bigger and better stuff. But look, these locusts I don't care for, and I'm probably just going to sell. Although 40,000 repair this. I can get my money back if I repair this. Don't think I want to do it here. I might save repairing until I'm out of a conflict zone. At least to get that little bit of extra cash out of it. Since that's what it looks like, I'll get a hefty amount if I'm understanding how. Actually, can I see how much it sells in a conflict zone? Let's see. Yeah, if I... Hell, I could sell right now for 700,000. Why even bother repairing with that said? Again, I might want to wait until I'm out of a conflict zone if there's any... It's not saying that there's any negatives though. So maybe I'm okay selling that. And I got plenty of tier 1 lasers already apparently, so I could sell this too. And then again, once I get maybe around 10 mil, I'll worry about upgrading to maybe a couple of medium mechs, or something bigger if possible. Now, no more missions here, and apparently still need to increase my reputation, so... Do we want to try something a little more daring, like this multi-operation mission? It'd be a great way to speed up my progress, my reputation, and adds a little more tension. I just don't know what kind of... It's not going to give me a lot of intel, alas. But hunchbacks are uncommon, so we're likely to face one of them. Blackjack is rare. Assassin's rare. So I'm tempted to go over this way. How much time would that take? 20 days. And 100,000 in travel costs. I am fine with this. If we could somehow succeed with this, it means better rewards, possibly. Although the one catch is, I can't repair my mechs during this. That's the big risk. And with what I just said, I would like to avoid my armor being breached. That is a big deal. Ooh, we got a war zone for the other one. Which is basically an opportunity for me to basically face off against endless hordes of opponents if I so wish. But once I meet the first threshold on the objective, then I can evac out. So this has possibilities for a lot of rewards too. And this is difficulty 11. So I'll save that for later, I suppose. 170,000 for insurance, that's a big deal. But difficulty 8, I wish I had paid attention to what the last mission was to really judge the difficulty, but I think I'm okay not dealing with damage coverages. And hopefully get over 500,000 for this if this is a nice success. I thought I told you to repair this laser. Huh, interesting. Let's try that again, shall we? Start work 6 days. I'm fine with that. Just a shame it'll take a little bit longer as a result of that. I figured they would have automatically replaced that, since it is the same quality type of weapon. So confirm the lance. I don't think, yeah, there's no one in, yeah, we can't get new pilots in conflict zones, so if this gives me a good amount of cash, then maybe this will be a good opportunity to build up my roster as well. Yeah, even here it doesn't want to tell me the custom names of the mechs that I've chosen. So it's just for immersion, I believe. There's nothing too fancy about it. But we're going to get the easy mission, potentially easy mission out of the way. And then we'll try our luck with the harder one. Because the main idea is maybe I can get access to another... Well, I'm not going to get access to another mech salvage because we don't have really any salvage rights. So I guess it's really irrelevant with what I'm trying to... what my reasoning is here. So let's just try and focus on minimizing the damage and maximizing the payout.
Forces are attempting to withdraw from this area and need us to screen their retreat. We're to link up with the remaining friendlies screening the retreat and hold the enemy forces as long as possible. We have an opportunity for a hefty combat bonus the longer we can hold the enemies back.
Yep, so this is basically the Warzone type mission. An opportunity to get a lot of bonus cash, but without me having assurance that may be a terrible idea to overcommit. Oh, I forgot I have LRMs. I'm just used to Saturnians I played in my co-op games having SRMs instead. And all this debris will be pretty good for protecting my, or at least cover. I hope I took out that dang helicopter. And with that said, let's take out your legs since you're already crippled. That hit the wall, unfortunately, but are you not quite out of missile range? We're out of minimum range. So your leg, which one's your crippled? Oh, never mind. So I already took notable armor damage on my autocannon. So I think this activates as soon as we get near the nav point. So let's just get a quick lay of the land, which is a nice big city. We're fighting in a city area of all places, which could be good for avoiding most of them shooting at us.
Stay sharp, Mechwarriors. Allied Command reports enemy movement is projected to hit your location at any moment.
So I like this idea of using the buildings for cover. They may get the jump on us, especially if our friendly mech over there, who's already crippled quite heavily.
I'm at the location, Commander.
And we only have to kill 15 targets. Oh, especially if their vehicles are tanks, we can easily just kill them as they appear. Just gotta be careful not to blow up our own structures with that said. And I don't need to tell you how useful LRMs are good in this situation. SRM carrier, that might be exception to the rule. Nope. Our cicada is kind of doing demolition duty. Harasser. There. And hopefully there's... So far it's only tanks. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, maybe we don't have to worry about a lot of mech problems. But yeah, so long as I can see him, LRMs could soften him up nicely, perhaps. Of course, it's going to be tricky to do set damage because my missiles are also hitting the walls and structures with how close it is. But it is doing damage. Oh, it's engaged in the cicada, which is currently down. There. So that might be why we had so much vision there, I guess. Nice, and ejected too. We're halfway there. I took the most damage, so I want to try and let my allies take the hits if possible. So I'll let our javelin go up ahead and take point. And speaking of which, a damaged spider.
Reposition successful, Commander.
Let's see, you have only one laser that I'm really afraid of. so you should be a simple enough kill. And a legging primes you for another blow. Although you're more vulnerable in the center torso right now. There.
Target acquired.
J. Edgar, let's see if we can grab that. I gotta remember though, 2 lasers don't really kill it off the best. I do like this layout for making use of LRMs. It's just, I don't want to have my light mechs go out there because they're going to do a terrible job spotting for me. It's the only problem. But this is a great loadout for abusing the power of the LRMs. Or layout, rather. And if I remember, the J. Edgar is only like close range medium lasers, so any free missile hits I can get is good. Oops. Destroy my own cover. And I am actually hitting it. I just saw its overlay highlight a bit. It just may not be the most impressive damage as with the structures in the way. I think I killed it. Which means... Oh, never mind. Well, I don't need to tell you what's going to happen here. That was amusing. This is why the mechs are superior combat forces. Or the superior weapon. They don't suffer from that kind of circumstance that poor J. Edgar was in. That Jenner needs to die, and there goes half its weaponry. There goes practically its other half of its weaponry. There goes the whole of its mech. I was hoping to maybe get a missile lock. I messed up with the target a wee little bit. Oh, my armor's exposed on the autocan, so maybe I won't stay for extras. At least I won't. I don't know how my other mechs are doing right now. But I do have my shield arm at least to take the hits on the left. And your legs, I shot through the building with an autocan for crying out loud and hit him. And it is quite damn satisfying. Although he is getting a lot of shots on my autocan with that said. I don't know if that hit him fully or not. You're still alive. I don't like it. Nope, and I was hoping that would finish him.
Your objective is complete, Commander. When you're ready to leave the fray, hop aboard the ship and we'll get you out of there.
Alright. So we'll start making our way over, I guess.
Falling in file formation, sir.
We'll see if we can get any more, but I'm going to start making my way over since I don't want to risk additional repair costs. But I do want to pay attention to see how much the damage insurance is going to cover us. Oh, really? Is that it? I was going to say, where the heck is everything? Now, this is the perfect situation for firing at range, though.
Lance target engaged.
And now, let's see. I just want to protect my arm, because that thing does do a bit of damage. Yep, I see you aiming at me. Is there an easy way to just check what you're engaging? So there's 20,000 thereabout,
Target
and a
acquired.
couple of vehicles to go with. Which, an SRM carrier is easy to deal with. We just need them to actually... Oh, never mind. It's a lot closer than I saw it. And I think we're fine as is. I'm not seeing any more contacts, although I know there's another vehicle somewhere over there.
Target acquired.
Yep, it's way over there. There's no way I'm going to hit that even with LRMs. Oh well.
You're clear to board
Small
at
little bit of
9
extra cash
November 1.
for what I hope
Welcome
is
back.
very minor internal damage. So that's a nice success. I like the idea. I had a terrible layout to take advantage of. At least gain the most out of my LRMs. Since I don't trust my AI pilots to serve as effective scouts. We are now established. We ranked up. That may give me access to the next mission. And sadly can't do much with the Locust, but I'm inclined to just grab one of these LRM-10s, since it's the most valuable thing we can get. So total damage 130,000, so that did not technically cover all the insurance with the negotiation rights, but I think still that's a little bit more than what I got for the payout for reward. And 10 days did go by, it's told me. Alright, so let me just repair everything. 4 days. 10 days there. And then another 6 days here. I'll have to definitely look, see if that was worth my while. It was easily close to 1 million C-bills, so I'm fine with it. Now comes the tricky part. Ooh, and we get bonus modifiers here, mainly because of... I think... Is it because of our reputation with them, or because we're agreeing to a multiple mission operation? Which is definitely going to be difficult. And I'm assuming it's increased because of that. This is where it's going to get difficult. So 150,000 there, 200,000 for the damage coverage. Which I'm sure there's going to be a lot of damage costs we're going to have to deal with. Oh, I had an extra negotiation point to get even more. Perfect. A group of insurgency fanatics on Morel 5 have established a secret transmitter to broadcast their inflammatory political dogma across the planet. Find their transmitter and destroy it before the message can create an incendiary situation. And this one is... Well, it says targets insurgency, so what kind of mission is it though? Oh, it doesn't want to tell us yet until we accept. So difficulty 11, dead air. No idea what the mission is though. Which I am curious about, but let's get these repairs underway. And my laser problem has been fixed, so I'm thankful for that because we need all the firepower we can muster. This will be a good test of this squad. Of this lance, no less, to see if they can handle the demands. And of course, me getting used to the fact that attrition is going to be my biggest adversary doing this playthrough. So knowing my limits is going to be important, so let's dive in head first in that and learn firsthand, shall we? I'm fine if the light mechs take severe damage, but the Centauri needs to survive. At least as my biggest mech, it should. At least make it a priority.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Our employer wants us to destroy a number of communication towers located at the marked objectives. I'm reading a heavy amount of hostile chatter in the area, so let's get this job done and get the hell out of here.
This is a very similar layout to what I had before in the last video. And I, again, forget already that I had LRMs. There. And good God, there's a lot of alarms. Where the hell did they come from?
Kill confirmed.
I'm wondering who was firing those LRMs, unless it was our jump ship or drop ship. So otherwise, I want to use this high ground ridge for cover and a good vantage point to whatever we might engage. Well, that answers that question, I guess. Gonna have to get used to this, I suppose. You figure I would be by now. I tried firing my lasers at first, thinking they were my arm-mounted weapons for some weird reason. And I took a lot of damage in the rear because of that backstab. But so long as the reader's not breached, that's not a problem, honestly.
Target destroyed.
Helicopter down.
Target acquired.
Got another one.
Alright, everyone,
We're moving.
go to this location. Don't get too antsy now.
At the requested position, Commander.
Holding a nav point.
Target acquired.
Nope, Manticore, that's a scary thing, but it's already dead.
Tango smoked.
Now I want to get to the high ground here for a better vantage point. Destroy the radio tower. Oh, is that it?
Scratch that target off the list.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Kill confirmed.
Everyone get on this Jenner.
Focusing on issue target.
I want to kill its arm because that's where most of its weaponry is.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
There we go. I was kind of hoping maybe that would damage it, but it's still in minimum range, I'm pretty certain.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Still notable damage on my arm, so it makes me wonder if the AI is deliberately trying to hit my autocan 10. Which honestly would be pretty smart of them if that was the case. But I don't want to give them that much praise. The AI has been a little bit weird in the opening days of release. But I think much of that has been tweaked and fixed up in the Day 1 and Day 2 patches that were implemented afterwards. But that's cleaned up. On to the next objective, and again, this is a two-part operation. So we're likely going to suffer some heavy damage.
Put us into this cold of an environment.
Huh, I wonder what's triggering that dialogue of yours there, Freeman. Maybe it's because I'm doing this solo that's prompting it for whatever reason. And I gotta keep in mind, both these mechs have jump jets, which honestly I need to strip them out. I don't think I've even seen them use the jump jets once. So I could get so much more value out of them. Whether it's in extra armor, extra firepower, or both. So that might be what I do there to tweak these mechs. Well, I was hoping maybe there was a pathway to get up there, but we're taking a scenic route.
I wonder what kinds of weird life is frozen under all this ice.
Well, I was gonna find out by crushing these rocks, but I can't get up there, alas. We are off-roading, as if we weren't already going off-road. So there we are. I hope they can follow.
Positioning on you, Commander.
Target acquired.
Oh, that's underground right now. So I don't even think I can kill that thing.
We are Oscar Mike.
At least we got our high ground vantage point, which is kind of nice. Or at least I do, let me rephrase that. And I have no idea what my targets are to shoot at. I think my AI is stuck. Which actually might be a good thing. But I think I'll put them somewhere where they can realistically get to then. Because the orders I may be giving them may be too difficult for them to handle. Oh, come on, I believe in you. You're almost up. Although, let me just help you then.
With the lance.
Let me just help you then, dang it, since I'm probably going to come back down anyway. Gotta be mindful of leg damage.
I'm at the location, Commander.
Moving into formation, Commander.
Oh well, that was a good waste of time, wasn't it? Like I said, they have jump jets and they did not even use them for that circumstance. So hopefully the AI gets a little bit enhanced through some modding down the road maybe. It was a nice vantage point, but again, with no one to kind of scout or take point for me, it's not like we could highlight what the objectives would be to kill. Like right now.
I got it.
Alright, let's kill this target and go home, since it looks like it's just in our radio tower.
Yeah.
Target acquired.
Reposition successful, Commander.
Holding a location.
There. And the radio tower's on the other side of the building. That explains why I couldn't be able to do anything about it.
Destroyed.
Moving to your 6, Commander.
Actually, let's have you guys go over there.
Received.
That way you have a nice open view for shooting at anything that comes at you.
Target acquired.
Turret, I see you.
On station.
Did a terrible job in eliminating him, but
Destroyed.
there's our radio tower.
Objective down. That's the last of the targets, Commander. Now get back here before hostiles converge on your position.
Oh, yep, we have a bit of a detour ahead of us, so
Move to the Commander.
sooner we get there the better, I think. We'll worry about salvage for the second mission. And damage, thankfully, was pretty light. At least on my end. Actually, I should check how our other two are doing. Arms are no consequence because they have nothing on those arms. And Jenner, a little bit of noteworthy leg damage. I gotta keep that in mind. Ooh, in fact, your arm's completely exposed too. That's another example. I think those arms have no armor on them,
Dead.
which might be why they're breaking so quickly. So Freeman, you are hanging back and just providing a little bit of moral support, I think, for the next mission. It seems a little bit odd we spent all this time destroying 2 radio towers, but
Happy you made it out of
we
there
crushed
alive,
some
Commander.
mechs. We got some
Stand by for
salvage
pickup.
still in the bonus as a reward. Now, what do we get? At least so far for payday or rewards. Good progress in ranking, just some standard stuff, nothing too exciting, but they are valuable. All of them are tier 1 at that too, apparently. And I might as well take the one he's... Oh, actually I can't. I got my full share. Which surprisingly, a machine gun's more valuable than a tier 1 medium laser. That is interesting. And so far only 50,000 in total damages. So I think we're still okay. Now, mission number 2, 14 days have gone by. And we're stuck with the damage that we currently have. Destructive Agents, difficulty 9, at least for this one. So if it's anything like the last one, we should be okay, but again, gotta keep an eye on armor, especially for my Jenner. At least to minimize the repairs. I'll try and have him hang back as much as I can. And what are we doing for this mission? So this...
Our employer wants this urban centre wiped off the map. This is going to be a dirty one, Commander. Let's just get this over with.
Alright, so we're doing demolition. So where do I want Freeman to go? Right there, probably.
Moving, Commander.
Well, the rest of us pull forward. And we do got
Target
tanks
acquired.
in company.
Holding at your waypoint.
One more missile salvo would do it, but I lost locked in.
Target.
Kill confirmed.
That was my kill, dang you.
Target acquired.
And these all have autocans 5, so they have better range than me. And a manticore with PPCs.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, gotta keep in mind that I think with this demolition there, they keep coming, I suppose, too,
Identified. Bring
until we
it down.
destroy the objective.
Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
Tango smoked.
Target acquired.
So I'm gonna need you here, Freeman.
Heading to location.
So the quicker we deal with this, the better.
Kill confirmed.
Geez, you take a beating. I'm taking a beating with that said.
Critical.
Good
So
start,
wreck
Commander.
everything.
I'm showing major damage to the target facility.
Javelin's taking a bit of damage, so... And I'm suffering a lot of heat.
Acquired.
I'm showing heavy damage to a number of the facility structures. We appear to be about halfway there.
Target destroyed. Heat critical. Target destroyed.
Interesting, I'm keeping my heat stain so high on the snow planet. That I was not expecting.
Acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, is that because of you?
Tango smoked.
Are you the guilty one?
Heat critical.
Moving into formation, Commander.
Alright, let's wreck what we can there.
Target acquired.
Oh, never mind. The tanks in that are probably the biggest threats anyway.
Destroyed.
You're almost there, Commander. Only 25% of this area remains.
Yep, I think I know what the remaining 25 is.
Target acquired.
And dang you and your heat.
Critical.
Yeah, I'm running hot, interestingly.
On the commander's target.
That should not be a problem though. Let's finish this off. Yeah, here comes more of them. Little bit more. And you don't really have much left.
Commander, this whole place has been flattened. Now, let's get out of here before more trouble arrives. Head to the evac zone.
Sounds like a plan to me. And you still have a laser left, even after, like, basically having nothing left to your mech.
Another mech kill for me.
Critical.
We'll be there soon.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Although you're annoying,
Excessive structure damage. I need help.
that's because of your arm, isn't it?
Repositioning.
Alright, boys, time to get on out. You know how to run. I have faith in you.
Acquired.
I'm on station, Commander.
Alright. Dang it, I lost the autocannon. No, I suppose I can recover from that, but I was kind of hoping that them reaching the drop point would have ended it for me. I was wrong, alas, but... Or maybe they weren't close
Welcome
enough.
back, Commander. Stand by for extraction.
Target received. Engaging.
Oh well, next time I'll learn to... Well, it's also possible they weren't close enough. But that was a success. The double mission is done. Double deployment, rather, but I did lose the autocannon. At least I can easily replace that, and I do have insurance to help cover that sum. So, and we get a spider for our troubles. Definitely worth the salvage there. And 700,000, or 750,000 right off the bat, without even the mech. Yeah. Damages alone because of the autocannon were severe. That may not have been an issue if I had realized my AI would not have completed the mission for me. Oh well, live and learn. And we do have a spider which I plan on selling, and again, I'm probably going to strip out these jump jets since these mechs are not doing them justice. That's like 2 tons worth of jump jets they're not using. But with that said, it does not seem like I have access to the story mission yet, unless that's somewhere on the overlay. High quest reward ×2. Well, I might make my chance there, and we have 6 million to my name, so maybe I'll take a detour out of a conflict zone, do repairs, and then we'll see about this while we make progress towards our next story mission. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you next time.